So how in the world could he be a Marxist? I mean, politically, the guy was a centrist when you look back upon his period in office. You know, it's interesting. When Clinton was president, the whole thing came up with Monica Lewinsky. I was really not very heavily into it because my mother, may she rest in peace, she died, I think, during that time period. When I asked her, I said, Ma, she was in her 80s. I said, she was a lifetime Democrat. I said to her, Ma, what do you think of Bill Clinton having sex with Monica Lewinsky? She says, they all do it if they get away with it. She was, a realist, my mother, meaning she never expected them to have halos. So I took her advice. I mean, that was the worst thing that anyone ever did. I did not have sex with that woman, so I didn't really cover it that much. When Bush was president, I almost prayed that we'd catch him with a woman. It would have taken away some of the problems we had. I used to hope that maybe one day we'll wake up and hear there was a scandal, something. There was nothing. Not a beer, nothing. That's why it was such a horrible 8 years. It's the same with Obama. Watch out for these purists. They're the ones who are the most dangerous. Do you know that? I guarantee Obama's a pure guy. Probably doesn't cheat on his wife. Probably has an occasional beer. They're the most deadly politicians. The purists are the ones to watch out for. I like Berlusconi. If you say to me, which world leaders do you like the best, and what kind of leadership would you like to see in America, I'd say Silvio Berlusconi would be one of the top types that I'd like to see running America. But it's not going to happen, so we're going to get what we get here. Where are we? What time is it? Where are we? Let's see what else is in the news. Governor Patterson finds insurance company. Who is he? Governor who? Oh, the accidental governor. 1-800-449-8255. Let's see. Big warning from bad government's overseer. Nonsense. Oh, New York City got a new immigration chief. Wow. Hey, that's terrific. Fatima Sharma is the new immigration chief. That is so good. Mayor Michael Bloomberg is now naming Fatima Sharma to be the new immigration chief. Do you think they'll crack down on illegal immigrants in Manhattan and New York City? I kind of doubt it. Play some jazz for me. I'm running out of steam here. I think I need a vacation. I'd like to go to a campground for about 3 weeks. I'm thinking of buying a campground because I don't want to go to one where anybody is there, actually. Look, I'm a loner. What can I tell you? If I have to listen to somebody for 1 minute, I go berserk. No, let me talk about that for a minute. Turn off the music. I went on the internet today because it's August already. I had enough of the politics of another book coming out. I'm burned out. So I started to look into certain areas of Placer County, California, which is has some of the most gorgeous lakes in the world. Gold Lake and other things like that. So there's campgrounds up there that are on Forest Service land that are on long-term leases that the owners have. They have like 5 cabins, some of them are rather primitive. Beautiful log cabins that I dreamed about as a boy. No television, you know what I'm saying? So I said, well, why don't I buy one of those lodges with 5 cabins, you know what I'm saying? And invite nobody there, just be me and Tay. Because I actually think at this phase of my life I wouldn't be able to handle it. I don't think I could handle it anymore. Maybe when I was young, yes. But at this stage of my life, I don't think I could be alone in the woods anymore. I don't have a Thoreau thing in me. A lot of people go crazy, by the way, when they go back to nature. They don't tell you about that. Oh, yeah, it's a famous story. In the 60s, there was a couple. I forget who they were. They went back to nature. They were heroes of the liberals in the commie left, the peacenik back to earth movement. And they moved to Alaska to get away from it all, right? And they used to write articles. They lived 6 months in Alaska in the outback, and then 6 months they live in the Caribbean when it got cold. So, all right, they have it both ways. All right, it's their business. Eventually, the guy walked into a propeller blade of a plane. He couldn't take it anymore. Just him and his long-toothed wife. You know what I'm saying? And the mosquito. Him and the mosquito and the wife. They walked into the propeller of the plane that came to get him. This is the problem. You can't do the back to nature thing anymore. It's too late. Thoreau is dead. I'll be right back. Imagine discovering an opportunity that can completely rebuild your retirement fund by 40% over the next 2 years. Does it sound too good to be true? It's not if you take action today. Call my good friends, and I mean good friends, at Swiss America. Gold IRAs have averaged 20% per year growth since 2001. It's just common sense to roll over dead paper assets into gold, the best performing asset of the century. Then you can relax no matter what happens on Wall Street. Call now for a complete Gold 101 DVD and my free CD.
Call toll-free 888-867-8965. That's 888-867-8965.
For nearly a decade, I've told you to trust gold coins and Swiss America. Today, it's more urgent than ever. Get my CD, DVD, and new special report.
Call toll-free 888-867-8965. That's 888-867-8965.
Learn before you earn. Don't just imagine rebuilding your wealth. Do it now.
Call 888-867-8965 today.
On the air, online, and on the go. This is Talk 910 KNEW.
It is Savage Part 2. Listening to Topsy Part 1. Remember when this came out? This was such a big hit. It was good. Why does the left have such bigotry against conservatives? Why is the left so hateful? Why is the left so hateful against Southern whites? Why is the left so in love with ethnic minorities, even criminals? Why, oh why, have the American people put a radical leftist into power? These are just some questions I'm asking. Let's go to the callers, 1-800-449-8255. MichaelSavage.com is the website. I know how to load the lines up. I mean, they're all lit now, but all I got to do is say is marijuana is bad for you and give you the medical proof for it, and you'll go crazy. I wonder if Obamacare includes pot in every chicken. They say that the dictators in the past used to promise a chicken in every pot. It seems to me that under Obama, they're going to promise pot for every chicken. Sacramento, Tony, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Michael, greetings from all of your fans born in 1981. Hey,
thank you.
Recently I went on a hike way up in the hills there and found a crystal clear, ice-cold lake, and I went swimming in it, and it was one of the most refreshing things I can remember in the past. I wondered if you were a swimmer, and if you
I am. I'm a very good swimmer. I'm a former lifeguard. I haven't saved anybody's life, but I'm a former lifeguard. Yeah, I'm a very good swimmer to this day. And the question is what, Tony?
Do you take advantage lately of the ice-cold, beautiful mountain?
You know, you're raising a very interesting point. I've read that immersing yourself in ice-cold water, although it's shocking, is one of the most healthful things you can do. I have an aversion to cold water. I don't really like cold water, Tony. Maybe what I need right now is throw myself in San Francisco Bay. I don't mean off the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm saying pull my boat into a cove. It's 58 degrees, the water, though. That's the thing. It's cold.
No, go up to a lake up on Mount Lassen and take a dive.
Yeah, what's the water temperature in a lake up there?
I don't know, but it was perfect. Probably a little bit warmer than 58 degrees.
Okay. Well, I remember there was an area in Alpine Meadows, California, that's stunning. There's an area called Five Lakes. You probably don't know that area. In 1980, I was hiking up there a lot with family when the kids were young. I even was able to backpack one of my children on my back all the way to the top of the lake. You get up there in August, there's still snow on the ground, which to me is miraculously beautiful. And the lake, the ice is finally melted out in late August. The water is like ice water, you know what I mean, Tony? And at that time, Mrs. S swam in that lake. I couldn't even put a toe in it. Some people have a capacity for cold water. I don't have it.
You should try again.
Yeah, you mean maybe it'll snap me out of my malaise?
It might do something for you.
Yeah, it could give me a heart attack altogether. Or either way, it's better off than what I have now. Oh, God, I shouldn't get... Thank you for the... No, you got to be careful. I don't believe in shocking the system. I have my own exercise regimen. It consists in watching 5 to 6 hours of television after... No. I bicycle every day. I really do. I don't mean... You see, this is... I'm going to talk about exercise. Am I at a break point here or what? Where am I? I'm fine. I could talk for 3 minutes. Good. Thank God the advertisers came back. We don't know what to do. We have so many advertisers. I don't know when I can talk or not talk. God bless them for advertising. You know, a lot of guys dropped dead in their 30s way back when from excessive running. They would run and look at the watches. Bingo. Blowout. So I was a runner when I was in my 30s. I weighed, I was thin, low cholesterol runner. Till one day I was running up to a waterfall. Every day I'd run to a waterfall. And I heard an inner voice screaming at me, stop running, stop running, stop running, stop running. So I thought I went crazy. So I stopped running. Never ran again the rest of my life. My body was warning me to stop running. And then in that period, that decade, there were a lot of very famous deaths of runners. Jim Fixx, for example, was a very famous runner. He wrote for Runner's Magazine, and he dropped dead while running. So you say, well, what does that prove? I'm not saying it proves anything other than the body is not made for continuous stress of this kind, the kind of people put themselves through with exercise. So as time went on, I started to study different methods of what's considered to be exercise. And the Chinese have it right. The ancient Chinese had it exactly right, which is the moderate approach to it. No excessive pushing of the body. At least that's what I interpreted it to mean. I mean, maybe it's my own interpretation.